Man, life is just freaking ups and downs, man. That's all that it is. It's ups and downs. Sometimes in the very same day. Hi, welcome to my tiny little tube. I got a hair in my mouth. Occupational hazard with 4 dogs, 5 dogs, and a cat. Cats everywhere. More than one cat. Anyway, say a prayer for Stanley if you would. He's feeling under the weather today. We had a hard night last night around here. We're up a lot. And things are transitioning around here, so things are different. And I've never really been good with change, but I've never had a choice except to adapt and to the new way. Although, because I've had so much stress in my life, sometimes my body gets confused, and then it's just like, why can't I just be okay all the time? Why can't people just be okay? Why they gotta do breathing exercises and grounding exercises and stuff? People like me, I gotta do them all the time. I'm always breathing into my gut all the time, trying to stay calm and cool, calm and collective, because freaking everything's scary. Everything's scary. And trying not to live in fear and trying to rely on my faith, even though I've had example after example after example how God has worked in my life at the same times. Whether the fear is mine or the collective, I tune into it, and people say I have a choice in these things, and they don't know. People don't know what it's like to be a sensitive, to be a real sensitive, because if more and more people knew what it was like to be a sensitive, there'd probably be more sensitives. But we got a lot of callousness, a lot of greed, a lot of freaking grossness on this planet, and we're coming to a plateau, because it can't go on going like it's been going, and something has to change. In the story of some bullshit, I encourage everybody to go and look in the town where you live and look at the pay scales in which these employees are making. I went and did that today, because I haven't did that since I moved to Taos, because I got so fired up yesterday on MSN. There was an article about the city planner down in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Okay. Now, a lot of New Mexico, yeah, it's real pretty, the nature part of New Mexico, the sunset and stuff like that, but there's freaking garbage everywhere. There's junk cars everywhere. There's freaking trash everywhere. The roads are shit, but all the freaking employees are driving around in big, stupid fucking trucks. Word is, Sheriff Department got 4 new ones today, or recently got 4 brand new big, stupid trucks, and it's just like, it's the misappropriation of funds that I have trouble with. See, and last night there was an article about how this I guess he looks like a big old man, but with an attitude like his, I use that term loosely. His name is Ifo Philly, and he's a city manager for Las Cruces, and this man makes fucking $216,000 a year. Fuck that shit. That's him. This is him. Look at this. They're all fucking meathead egomaniacs. Give me an itemized fucking list of every fucking thing you do every day. You better shit gold, motherfucker, for that kind of income. It's all a club, man. I wouldn't care if every freaking government fell. People freaking lost their minds. But I wouldn't care, because everybody would be fucked, and at least the playing field will be level, because this shit it's just enough is a fucking enough. Who do I gotta write a letter to and be like, I can't get through, and I'm like a cockroach, man. If there's one, then there's thousands more like me, right? We just don't know how to find each other yet. But who do I write a letter to be like, how do I get what I need? Okay? People can't get what they need because these fuckers are making 200 for what? Your roads are shit. What do you do? What do these people do? What are these lawyers do in fucking DC and in the Senate and in Congress beside fucking waste resources? And I'm sick of it. And this whole fucking country needs to flush down the fucking toilet and start over again. Because this ain't working. It ain't working. And when things don't work, they need to change. And people they're not just saying, you know what, that's not too much. That's oh so too much. I don't need to make that much money. Let me donate people can't find places to live in 50 states. I know a girl, she's been looking for a place to live for over a year. She's been couch surfing in California. They do not need to get paid because they just create problems. They're creating problems. And what do you do? How does a peaceful person try and change things because things aren't working? You know what's funny? And look, I found this article today. I needed to declench my ass. Evidently, he was a city administrator in Eagle Mountain, Utah, so he's a fucking Mormon. So it's all a fucking bros club, dude. Has nothing to do with his ability. I wonder if he was raped as a baby. I wonder if he's a veteran. I wonder if he takes care of his 70-year-old mother. I wonder why, if he's done all this shit by himself. From the looks of it, he looks like a cash cow. And it's everywhere. It's every state. But when you go, I looked at the city of Taos today. And their employees, $13 an hour. Yeah, the people that do the work, they can't even make a wage. But the people that are writing out the descriptions, the people that are saying we need this position, and the delegators, they are getting paid six figures. It's freaking ridiculous. I'm so tired of living in a world that is just shit. I've never fit in this world. I have never. And, I was just telling Mom, I said, Mom, it's just I've been doing this for 47 years, and it's not fucking getting any better. And people aren't waking up. And all my friends back in Omaha, read the fucking Jesuit oath. You don't even know what you're worshiping. Fucking imbeciles, man. Don't even know what you are worshiping. It's a military order. You are putting your allegiance to a military order that is all about fucking creating havoc and causing harm. Except for the top people that are playing chess with people's lives. Okay? But they just keep going on. Go Big Red! Go Nebraska football! Pull your fucking head out of your ass. It's not that world anymore, man. When people are distracting themselves with fucking bullshit, man, you aren't paying attention. If you don't know the realities of the grossness of 800,000 people being taken every fucking year, and all of these government-run agencies know about it, but don't do anything about it because it's all their fucking friends hunting kids in Mount Shasta. Just like old baby bitch Bush did back in his Coke days. I'm just so grateful for more people that are coming out and they're like, you know what? Like Zach, even though I don't always agree with how he talks about the people that support him, Oh, well, yeah, ain't nobody gonna agree with nobody 100%, but you got him, and then you got that, people that are out here trying to say, this is how it really is. Anything you see on here is just made. It's just written. It's just typed out. I don't even think that they edit anymore. I mean, the spelling errors and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, when I was in school, give me my fucking grades back. For every fucking D I got, because I always tried so hard, but I just never could do what the teacher asked. Because I always had my own ideas about stuff. And, that control paradigm, they don't like people that think for themselves. They don't like people that that question everything. And I assure you, I questioned everything. And it's like my placements. Oh, I was talking yesterday about how like information and data depends on how your heart space vibes, right? It's to what you're drawn to, right? Now I'm a very full spectrum person. I'm full aware of my shadow side, my aspects of my personality, my character defects. I've been working on them a long time, and I don't know if they're ever gonna go away, but whatever. I try. At least I try. But there's a storyline about how Mars or Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and then somebody said it's ruled by planet, and then I looked it up, and it's like, oh, in this way, it's ruled by Mars, or Pluto. I said planet. I got too worked up. I need to calm down. Pluto. And then I looked, and on Wikipedia, it's like, okay, and I can't remember how it was, but it was like, maybe I took a screenshot of it. It sounds like something I'd do. I'm just fucking sick of these fucking fat slob they don't do really shit. They really don't do shit, dude. Nobody freaking is worth that much. Nobody. Oh, it says the ruling body is Pluto, and then the ruling in modern astrology, and the ruling planet in ancient astrology is Mars for Scorpio. But I don't know, Mars is, it rules the god of war. Aries is ruled by Mars, is god of war. And I just got so, it's like, and I've been resisting my freaking urge to fight against this shit my whole life. And it's just like, breathe, Marge, meditate, Marge, and it's just like, dude, the crack society are only getting wider. And then I see articles like this. Let's see if I can find it. You gonna go walk her? Yes. See if I can find the same article that I read earlier today. It was like an opinion piece. And now it's updated. It was like an hour ago. Fucking can't stand The Rock, man. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Why doesn't anybody ask him about how he got paid to do SNL where he played a scientist that made a child molesting robot? And why did he make a child molesting robot? So it could molest more children more efficiently and it would never go to sleep. Yep, folks, these are the people. These are the people, the false idols, the false for profits. Yeah, glorify that guy. But I'm an asshole if I'm like, The Rock is a fucking piece of shit. Scumbag. And that man has children. It ain't that world anymore. This shit ain't funny. You need help, Mom? I got her. She go? Yeah, girl sass. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. But this guy did this. Oh, here it is. I just found it. Went, okay. It's called Has Tails. I call it Tails because they get mad. It's Taos, but it's like, dude, pick up your fucking garbage everywhere. You want to talk about respect in your local community? Why is there fucking trash everywhere? Your city roads are shit, but all your fucking meathead politicians and the land bureau, all of them, man, they all got new trucks. All the sheriffs, all the police, all the businesses around. You can't get anybody working fast food or work anywhere. But everybody's driving around big new vehicles because they took all that freaking all that emergency funding that the businesses got and they fucking upgraded themselves. And if you look in the media, they're doing it everywhere. Look at all the universities, all the colleges, all the hospitals are completely getting made over, completely getting rebranded, completely getting remarketed. The fucking savings never goes to the people. It never goes to the people. So Where'd my article go? Teos is my home away from home. See, and that's the thing, is you have all these fucks that come over here from Texas. They come here they got houses here, they got houses there, they got houses all over, and they just go around and freaking live in houses all over the United States. And there's so many people that don't have a fucking place to live. But you got did you buy this house, or did your mommy and daddy buy it for you, or did your grandparents leave it to you? Because a lot of no. No, they're very, no. There's far less self-sufficiency in this fucking country than they tell you. So Teos is my home away from home. For the last decade, I've spent most of my winters as a local. You're not a fucking local. We don't like you. Stop coming back. You fucking drive like assholes. I spent at the ski valley, cause just ski all winter long, there ain't strife and people suffering and in pain all over, but you're so important and you deserve to fucking ski. Over the past 18 months, I constantly find myself asking, has Teos gone mad? As a young man, I always admired Teosians, independence and an open-minded way of looking at the world. Now I fear the majority of the town has joined a cult that worships compliance with government mandates and shuns people who think differently and question the establishment line. I have many dear friends in Taos, and I fear that if they knew my views on COVID, vaccination, and natural immunity, I would become a pariah. What a little bitch. Unfortunately, my point of view, most of the citizens of Taos has lost. They're stupid. I got 6 anthrax vaccines back in 2003. And that was a Fauci bullshit too. And that guy's still trying to poison intoxicate people. He's still allowed to do it. Freaking more money than God. But hey, I used to be a lot more chill. Before those stupid fucking, and you got them in 3, you got 2 at a time. They put formaldehyde in them, which studies have shown has caused ALS. So they want to bring back the freaking ALS challenge. That's a great way to do it. Everybody, you all can go back to freaking dumping buckets of ice over your fucking heads. And they never find cures, but man, they keep rebranding, they change their labels, their websites, all that stuff costs money, but they never freaking fix the problems. With all the non-for-profits on this planet, with all the aid, and with all the... Yet there's still... I think they do it on purpose. I think they like to cause pain and strife, and they go home and think, and in their lives that they're freaking miserable, so they go to work and make people just do things to make people miserable all day. So, but this guy goes on. I don't want to read the whole thing, but he was like, I think this is a good paragraph to read. The city government is full of little tyrants that have been abusing their power to control people's lives and businesses. What do the people finally say when we've had enough and won't take the mandates any longer? To be perfectly clear, no one will make you take off your mask. If you think it keeps you safe, wear it. Just don't force others to wear them. If a business wants to ban people without a mask, then that should be allowed. If a business wants, yeah, okay. So anyway, but a lot of places, you go to places around here, people aren't enforcing it because they're like, nah, fuck it, it's stupid. It's dumb, But there's no such. I mean, how can people be so enraged and go out and peacefully protest? It's like you're not even listening. It falls on deaf ears. It does. It falls on deaf ears. And I don't really care I don't care what happens to the government. This government has never done anything for me. Okay. Have you ever had a conversation? I knew this woman when I lived in Omaha. She worked at the IRS. This is like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. She and her husband had an annual Christmas party every year. It is invite only. I don't know why I got invited, but I got invited. So, so she worked at the IRS, and she would jovially freaking make. jokes about how she didn't understand why people paid their taxes because there aren't enough employees to audit the people that should be audited now. And that was like 15, 20 years ago. And now there's like more billionaires than there's ever been. There's like all these billionaires, right? And they're all whining, don't tax us. Don't tax us. We don't tax, you know? It's just like, dude, why should everybody else have to take it in the ass? You should get to know what it feels like too. It's very uncomfortable. See, and they will never have to feel what it's like to potentially like be on the street with your entire family. They don't know, and that is a fear. That is enough to freaking give somebody a nervous breakdown as it is. And I called the VA homeless. VA is a fucking piece of shit, man. That place can close its doors in its entirety. Just close up. Every employee lose your job. Fuck you. 6 figures. Never goes to the veterans. You know. Good girl. Never does. It's the biggest load of crock. My buddy, and I will never forgive them because my buddy actually called. I had a buddy who actually called the suicide hotline. Some lady freaking, you can tell when somebody's rolling their eyes and they're just not, they don't want to talk to you, but hey, she makes $14 an hour. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about the story. She doesn't care about the stress and the frustration that's on the other end. You know, she gave him about 45 minutes, an hour on that phone call. And you know what she did? Someone will get back to you within the week. Within the fucking week. Do better. They can't. They can't because they're fucking retarded. They're too busy changing the letterhead and getting new office furniture and buying new monitors and TVs and TV screens and with the latest and greatest. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. Now, when I go out in my local community, I get so fired up. I get fired up driving through my city because everywhere I look, there's all these federal agencies and they got big new trucks, but they're not doing the fucking work. They never do the work, man. And they're all fat. And you know they've worked there and they've been a resource hog for 25, 30 years and nobody can move up because they're just sitting in that position because they don't want to stay home. But you very well can fucking retire because their old ideas, they are nil. They're not put in position of power. When I got a whole folder of fraud, waste, and abuse in frickin' in Oregon. How they would, the pictures of the concrete blocks in the project, that's why I didn't have running water because my water usage went on there for watering weeds. They watered like next to a stream. It didn't need a timed sprinkler system to go on for an hour twice a day, 3 times a week. But somebody had their CAD and made their little plan, and so these big old huge pieces of concrete that went under the road. Let's see if I can find it. It's in a folder. Waste, right here. These blocks. See those blocks? They had those, and I was in Salem, Oregon, okay? And there were people that have concrete, you know, that do this here in the local area. But they fucking had these pieces made up in Washington because somebody had a cousin or a buddy or something up there. So, you know, there's special arrangements, there's special contracts, there's special arrangements, and had it made up in Washington and then shipped down. You think shipping cost for your Amazon is expensive? How much do you think this costs the taxpayers? But they don't care because they just get these exorbitant budgets. They get these budgets that are just that are backed by nothing. Okay? It never goes to the people and enough is enough. I don't understand why more people are more upset. I don't understand. Yeah, I smoke a lot so you don't kill people. I'm just like, it's absurd, man. I don't know. And these people, but although, Fragine, I sent you a talk today, and this guy said, I've listened to him before, but he said stuff that made sense, that they're like it's Ozark, the website is on is Ozark Mountain Publishing, and that's Dolores Cannon, her publishing company. And the talk is by a man named Guy Needler. It's called How We Incarnate. And he talks about like the same flame, he talks about like the 4 or 5, but there's people that literally they it's like they're just space fillers. They're like those little Fisher Price. Remember those little cars back in the 70s, 80s, where it had like a half a man, half a person, and you just stuck it there, you know. And that's what there's all these people they're just here to fill space. They're just here to drive that's all that they do, is they drive a fucking BMW. That is who and what they are. That is like the sum total of their being. Or they drive a big stupid truck. You know, that is like all that they are. And they wash that truck and they clean that truck and they never put anything in the back of the truck or use it for the truck's intended purpose. But they got that truck, you know, or that house or that job. All these people have these things to determine who and what they are. And it's just like, what's your spirit doing? When you meet when I meet my maker, am I going to be like, you know, I could have done more. I should have done more. I hope not, because I wear myself out just about every day. So, Scorpio season, I tell you what. I did get some rest today, even though I didn't get the sleep last night. Mom's over here snoozing right now. Dogs get a little excited when I get worked up. I try not to get too worked up, because I get and then they're like, oh, and I'm like, no, it's okay, I love you. They're like, say something sweet. You're the cutest girl in the world. Huh? She said, just tell me you love me. Just tell me you love me. So today was one of those days. I mean, it was like that's how most days are. It's like something good happens and then something comes out, you know. And I think Stanley's okay. I think he's gonna be. He did this once before, and that's when I was like, he was laying in his bed and he was like kind of drooly and stuff, but he could we had a long night, you know, and he could just been extra sleepy. But I just try to bring him some water, and I'll just keep an eye on him, you know. When he just had his dental a couple months ago, he got a clean bill of health, and he got his shots. Because all these cats around here, I didn't want him to get like distemper or parvo or anything like that. So I made sure that I'm not even a freaking, you know, into vaccines. He's only 7. So I was like, okay, and he had him when he was a kitten, but he needed a booster. So, I don't know. I just, and being hyper vigilant, man, freaking sucks, but it's one of these reasons why I do these videos, to get all this stuff out, because too many people keep stuff in, and we're going to have more of these freaking stupid stories about freaking these young girls' boyfriends freaking losing their temper. I was talking about that at the coffee shop this morning. I'm like, people don't understand how fragile the human body is. How easy it is to just freaking, you know, it doesn't take much force to freaking do something, bludgeon, to do something that you can't take back, you know, and people just get red out, black out, they lose. They become disheveled, their aspect, you know, they come and they lose it, and they don't have that ability to contain their emotions and not cause harm. They don't have it. They don't have that ability to be like, I'm really upset. I'm so mad. I'm going to turn around and walk away right now. And this is going to, they don't got that, you know, and we're going to see more and more unfortunate circumstances. This is how we learn. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Stan Lee. Stan Lee's under the weather. Yeah, that one talk. Yeah, it should be illegal, dude. And people that want to be, I don't. It's like, what, you got nothing better to do? See, that's the thing is, I don't ever want to be like really, really rich, because I always, if that tells me that, like, I'm done. Like it's like I have one idea and I get $1 gazillion from. No, I am a freaking creative being that is a mirror aspect of God's source, Jesus Christ consciousness or whatever, and they, like, we are given the gift and the ability to create, and we're supposed to be creating heaven on earth, but instead people are selfish, stingy freaking bastards. And there's gonna be hell to pay. That's all there is to it. There's gonna be hell to pay. Yeah, I think Stanley's a little under the weather, but I'm gonna keep an eye on him. And then if I need to, I'll call tomorrow. But I don't know. I gotta not get too heady, because the nights have been so long. Like, but I figured out Sassy's barks. I got him, because sometimes she'll bark because she's having a dream. She'll just right, so just because she's having a dream. But if she barks and then, like, she waits a couple minutes, barks again, then I gotta get up and I gotta look, because she'll wiggle her. She has a harness that she wears all the time. She has a little harness, and so, like, it helps, like, with her keeping her balance when she walks and stuff on the leash and stuff like that. But she'll wiggle out of it, and then it makes her uncomfortable. And Mom sleeps so freaking sound, she'll sleep right through it. And then sometimes she'll want water, sometimes she'll be hungry. It's my responsibility to make my loved ones and people around me as comfortable as I can. So that's what I try to do. So anyway, it was a wild day. Not really. It was a pretty chill day. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I'm going to eat another gummy here in a minute. I had one a couple hours ago. I'm going to eat one here in a minute. I think they're starting to grow on me. It's kind of, my buddy makes them. He said they're like 200 milligrams, but I don't know about that. But they're kind of, he put his, it's because he makes like orange and then rolls them up, and then he puts nerds on top of them too. So it has, like, I don't know, it has a nice flavor. And so I do get to relax sometimes, but sometimes, sleep is not happening at night right now, and it's just kind of the new norm. Not the new norm. I don't like that term. It's kind of just the new how it is now, and then it'll be different as soon as it changes. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's about all I got. I ranted earlier. I don't know if I've ever got. Yeah, I ranted. I raged one time like that. Couple years. I remember the sweater I wore. I had my Argyle sweater on. I wonder whatever happened to that. I can't ever think about all the stuff left behind, because that starts making me sad. So anyway, I got a nice contribution to an Earth Angel today to put forth towards our forever home. Me and Mom are looking for our forever home. So today's just another day of because I got a lot of energy. I'm up here a lot, and I try to keep it even keel, and sometimes the potentials just aren't even there so I gotta think of creative ways. So I might be bulking up again, because when the energy's like this, then I'm doing more repetitions, because I'll do sets with my dumbbells to freaking get it out. And I walk the dogs all the time, so that helps. But I don't know, I got a lot of angst, and I think it'll be easier the more I come into, like, finding like-minded people, and, like, have people I can, hey, you want to come over, talk about some stuff or stuff like that. real life stuff. But we got to go through the freaking crappy part first. And see, that's what we've been doing is it's just been getting crappy. And it's like, are people going to start degrading? Are people going to start coming into their Christ consciousness? Is it going to start happening? Nope. And then so now the consequences are going to be more and more. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got a temper, that's for sure. And I don't ever try to hide it, you know. That's what I want to let people know is like that there are healthy ways to freaking, I don't know the correct terminology, cope with it. It's what I try to do, man. It's what I try to do. Done a pretty good job so far. You know, without anybody ever really teaching me, I just have always been on a path looking for peace and serenity, and I get glimpses of it, and then life happens, and then kind of slips away, and then I get glimpses of it. That's one of the, you know, hopefully. If other people are having these kind of feelings and stuff like that too, you know, you find a creative source, an outlet to get rid of a lot of those feelings and stuff like that, and just get them out of your head. It helps reduce the power of them. It really does. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace. Yeah, it's okay. I can't keep it inside. I don't want to have a stroke, and no. So I'll let it out, and people can have their opinion of me. That's fine, you know. The good ones can see that my heart is pure, and that I don't ever mean any harm to anybody. And a lot of times when I'm talking shit to people out in the world, I'm just stating the obvious, and they don't like hearing about themselves, so they get mad. I'm just telling them what they already know. They really don't like